Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if it is your first time checking out my channel, World Illuminator 11. I hope you're having a great Friday. So yesterday evening I had a bit of trouble with my phone trying to record a video up until, in the end I actually gave up. Just would not record a video for more than 3 minutes, and I did a lot of deleting of stuff, but it still wasn't quite updating. So in the end I just left it, and I thought, let's see what happens tomorrow. And I woke up this morning and everything is fine. So I guess I wasn't meant to make a video yesterday, but I thought I would do two videos today. So this morning I thought I would do the one that I was going to do yesterday evening, and then later on in the evening sometime I will also post a video, and this one will be a channeled message between the divine feminine and divine masculine, and it's actually a song that came to me, and so it's a channeled song. And so I'll talk about that one later on. But what I wanted to talk about in this particular video were actually four things that I learned, that I've learned in the past 4 months, sort of on my spiritual journey. But I actually also read about them in a book that I totally recommend. It's called The Four Agreements. I don't know, you might have read it before, but it's such a great book. It's by Don Miguel Ruiz, I think that's how you pronounce the last name. But it has these four agreements which are totally important, and I personally think they're important for anyone on their spiritual journey. So for all spiritual beings who are having a human experience on this planet, I think it is really important to know these four things, which is why I want to share them in this video, because I've been working on trying to do these things for myself, and I've also heard from the things that I've been learning as well, from other channels like Gadget by Angels. These things have been mentioned as well, so they're very important. In fact, number two, which you'll get to hear about, is something that the beautiful Liz from Guided by Angels is talking about quite a lot at the moment, because it is really important for us to focus on this, especially over the next few months, with all the trigger energy that is coming in. And so basically what I've found with these four things is that they are literally practices that we should try and put into practice for ourselves on a daily basis, because they allow you to work, to be more positive towards yourself, towards other people, and they also give you sort of personal freedom. So sort of personal freedom from like being emotionally affected by the way other people act, the way another person speaks to you, or in the case of divine feminines, by the way your divine masculine acts. So I just thought, so they're really important things, and by doing this video I am also reminding myself of these things, and I just wanted to share them with everyone watching, because I just think they are a good thing to put into practice in your life. So the first one, it's called The Four Agreements, the book. So the first agreement is be impeccable with your word. So this basically relates to having integrity in your speech. So speaking with integrity at all times, and this relates to when speaking to other people. Always speak your truth. Always speak from the heart. Speak from a place of love, and sort of not get involved in sort of being judgmental about other people, talking about people behind their back, sort of gossiping about other people, because that lowers your vibration and it's not good. You're giving out not a great vibe into the universe when you are sort of talking about other people or being judgmental. But then also always speak for your truth, and always speak from the heart. So let's say for example, something doesn't, you don't agree with something, rather than just sort of agreeing, for the sake of it, to stop, I don't know, maybe to stop other people from arguing with you, or to try and not be in conflict, which is something that I always used to do. before I beginning my spiritual journey, I would just try and agree with things or do things just because it would stop conflict, or me disagreeing with somebody, which ended up with me not being in my, not speaking my truth, and that always causes problems for you as a person. So we're being reminded with this, being impeccable with your word, to always speak your truth, always speak from a place of love, and always speak with integrity. And then also it's about speaking the positive words about yourself, so not releasing that negative self-talk, always talking positively about yourself, and also about other people. And so this is something that I've been really working on, just ensuring that I don't use any negative words about myself. And it's a really good process because it helps you to stay in more of a positive vibration towards yourself and towards other people. So that's number one, in being impeccable with your word. And number two is the one that Liz from Guided by Angels has been talking about a lot, and this is, don't take anything personally. And as Liz has been saying, this is very important to remember as divine feminines over the next few months. It might be in relation to your divine masculine, whatever they may be doing, but this also relates to all other people. If whatever, when somebody sort of responds to you in a certain way or acts in a certain way, or it doesn't mean that it is about you. You have to remember that it is about them. Everyone's going through their own things in their own life, or everyone is also, everyone sees life from a different perspective to you. So whatever somebody else says, it's about realizing that this is not about me, it is about them, and just not taking anything personally. And that way, by not taking things personally, you end up in a place where you are sort of immune to the reactions, the actions, the words of other people, because you realize that it's not about you, it is about them. And you keep yourself in a place of not being affected emotionally by the things that they say or what they do, because you're focusing on being positive and also speaking positively about other people. So they sort of tie in together. So so that's that one. And it's been discussed a lot about not taking things personally, especially with the things that are going on in the world. There's going to be a lot going on over the next few months, the next year even. So it's really important to realize that the things that are going on, anything, if it's the way someone's acting, if it's the way something happens, to not take it personally. Like yesterday when my camera wouldn't work, it's normally I would have really gone all crazy about it, but I didn't take it personally, and I just say to myself, this is the way it is. You've done your best, that leave it like that and see what happens tomorrow. And today everything was okay. So it's about not taking things personally. And especially, with divine feminines, with the divine masculine, whatever your divine masculine is doing, he has things going on that you do not know about. So it is really important to always remember that whatever they may be doing, whether it's ignoring you, blocking you, ghosting you, they're going through their own life. They're having things happening in their life that you don't know about. So it's very important to not take things personally. I know it is hard. I mean, I have been in a place where before, this time last year, I was in a place where I was taking everything personally. Like, that's all I knew, in fact. If someone sort of hurt me, if I didn't have any communication, whatever it was, then it was all about, why is this happening to me? Why is this person doing this to me? And I always used to take things personally. And what used to happen is, I'm the one who ended up having the sleepless nights, the suffering, the overthinking. And this was not even just in relation to my separation, but also in relation to other people. How could this person treat me this way? And you just start overthinking, and you are the one who goes into a place of of worry and fear and all these things. So it's really important to not take things personally, to keep yourself safe from all these things sort of happening around you in the world, and from the people around you. And then the number three, so the third agreement is do never make assumptions. Do not make assumptions. And this basically relates to, sometimes when you don't know anything. Let's take the twin flame journey, for example. Your divine masculine is not responding to you, or whatever it may be, or you sent a message, there's no response, and you start making assumptions. Oh, it must be because of this, they must be thinking this, they must be thinking that. You end up being the one who goes into this, into a crazy place in your mind, because you start thinking of all these things, building up all these scenarios in your head, scenarios that are probably well far from the truth anyway, because you are in a place of fear, and assumptions come from a place of fear, because you start second guessing what the other person might be thinking, what the other person is doing, and it puts you in a place of worry and confusion. So it's really important to not make assumptions. And also this also relates to communication, and it's about you always communicating clearly. And obviously you might not be able to communicate with your divine masculine, but in relation to other people, it's about ensuring that you speak clearly, and you make sure that you also ask the other person you are speaking to ensure that they've understood, just to they've understood exactly what you're saying, so that to eradicate the chances of any misunderstandings. So it's really important to not make assumptions, to always communicate clearly when speaking with other people, and also to communicate clearly with yourself. As divine feminines, I think this is also a really important one. Let's say you can't, you're not in communication with your divine masculine, for instance, and you don't know, or you don't really know if this is your person, and all these things. But what you can do is to communicate clearly with yourself. Go within, have that quiet time where you go within into your heart, communicate with your heart, and you will be able to get the answers. Communicate with the universe, you will be able to get the answers. Speak to the angels, call out to the angels, call out to the universe, ask the angels for guidance, and then listen out, quieten your mind, go into meditation, listen out, look at the signs, understand the signs, what they're trying to tell you, and they will give you an answer. So it's about communicating clearly. Or if you're trying to manifest something, if you're trying to actually ask the angels for communication to come in, or whatever it is, whatever you're asking for from the angels, the change of job or whatever, you have to communicate clearly to the angels, to the universe, to make it clear exactly what it is that you would love or desire in your life. So do not make assumptions is number three, agreement number three. And it is really important, because by doing that, then you are clear of where you stand, and you understand what the other person is saying. You understand, you communicate with the universe also, and you take yourself away from a place of being confused about what things could, what the answer could be about certain things. So that's that one. Never make assumptions, because making assumptions will, and you're the one who end up in a place where you are totally confused, because you've created a whole scenario in your mind of something that actually doesn't really even exist. So always never make assumptions about any situation. So that's the third one. And then the last one, which the fourth agreement in the book, is always do your best. And I think this one's really, really important, and it's about always making sure that you do your best at everything that you do, whether it's something big or something small. At least if you do your best, and from your heart that you've done the best you can, then you end up in a place where you feel comfortable about what you've done, about your actions, about the things that you've said, because you don't end up with judging yourself, or regretting saying certain thing, or not doing certain things. And you just know that when it comes to this, whatever it may be, I know that I did my best. And your best may not be the best for the other person, but the most important thing is within yourself that you did your best at whatever that thing may be. So I just wanted to talk about these four things, because I think that they're really important, and I've been working quite hard, or is hard. I mean, making assumptions like the third one, for example, is really tough. But I know that it's everything these days, because I can calm my mind and think about things. I know that I'm doing my best always, and sometimes I do find myself making assumptions about all sorts of things, but I can now catch myself doing it, and then I'm like, come back, you are making assumptions, this doesn't mean this is the way things are, to come back and then put myself back on track. So I just wanted to share those things because I think they're really important. I'll just run through them again, and I hope they do help somebody else out there. So the first one is be impeccable with your word, which means always speak with integrity, from a place of love, from a place from the heart, and always just make sure that you are talking speaking your truth, basically. And then do not take anything personally. Just really always know that it's all when someone acts a certain way, it's about them, not about you. So don't take things personally. It will help you to be in a place of not being emotionally affected by the other person. The third one is never make assumptions. And if you don't make assumptions about things and you communicate clearly, you ensure that other people understand you clearly as well, and you don't make assumptions about any situation, then it really helps you to be in a place where you are actually there is an understanding about everything that is going on around you, and you are also not second guessing situations and probably thinking the wrong things anyway. And the last one is always do your best. So whatever you do, always ensure that you do your best, and it will make you feel good about yourself inside, because you know that you have tried your best. So I hope that really helps, guys, and I will see you on the video later on today, which I'm looking forward to doing. It's a channeled message and a channeled song, and I look forward to seeing you then. Have a great day. Love, peace, positivity, and light.